Okay, and welcome to this tutorial on the main general arrangement assembly and the sub-assembly for the chassis assembly as well. So you should have downloaded the tutorial files from the learning management system and extracted the lesson 5 GA and chassis assembly zip file. So you can see there's the zip file up above there. Now, please extract the files. Do not open the part files or the sub-assembly files inside the zip files. So make sure you extract them. If you don't, it will be read-only, and there's just a whole can of worms that are going with that as well. So make sure you extract those files first. There. Rightio. So I've got all the files minus one of the general arrangements, which is the chassis assembly, and we'll create that shortly. But if you look at all the files here and the sub-assemblies, you can see it starts to get a bit of a rabbit warren or a bit of chaos there. And this is where the quick filters come in play here. So if you just want to look at parts, you can click on the quick filter icon for part, and you'll only see the parts in the display window up here. There. Vice versa, if I click on the assembly icon, I'm currently got both highlighted there, so now I'm getting both parts and assembly. So I just click on parts again, and that disappears. And this is a really good way of seeing just particularly what you're after. So so that's that. So if I deselect that, I've now got all files, and I'll just go, last one is drawings. Now I've got no drawings created, so we'll look at creating some drawings shortly, but that's allows you to just look at the drawings there. What we want to look at is the sub-assemblies. So here you can see I've got sub-assembly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. I'm just missing number 1, which is the chassis. So if I select the top one and hold down the shift key and open the bottom one, I'll click on the bottom one, sorry, and then click open. It should open up all those sub-assemblies. Now this is also, when opening a sub-assembly, opening up the parts. So just bear that in mind. This is where your computer is going to start to have a bit of a heart attack or a heart murmur. Won't be a heart attack, full-on heart attack yet, but a bit of a heart murmur. So it can take a while to open up these files. So I'm just going to come back to number 2 and expand that. And as I can see, this is the axle assembly. So you should have gone through the tutorial on how to create this sub-assembly of the axle. If I go to the next one, which is number 3, we've also done this one. So here is the boiler tube. So we've got that boiler assembled there with the 3 components there. Let's go to number 4. So I've created this one for you. I'll put the tutorial up shortly on how I know you guys created the part, and you should have created the sub-assembly for this in that last week. There. The last 2 you haven't created. So number 5, which is the coal bin that goes on the back of the locomotive there. So that's it manufactured there. And if you want to look at any of these parts, by all means open them up, and you can see how I've created them. You can have a look at the sketch that I used to create it and stuff like that. So by all means open them up, dissect them, have a look at my method of madness on how I created them. So there's that one. And tonight you should have already created the cow catcher there. So there's the cow catcher as we created just before. So let's open up the parts for for the next tutorial.